Good morning. It is July 2nd, second day of my journey. I'm very excited because this morning I get to meet Margaret Pinard. So I will link her channel down below. There's a kitty. Hello, little one. I'm staying at a really cute Airbnb, just this adorable little house, and the lady isn't here. She wasn't able to be here, but it's cozy and lovely, and now I'm on my way again. So it's only temporary. I wanted to give you a little bit of wisdom from what Mom and I discussed yesterday. This one section is quite long, but there are a few sections of this that I really liked, and some of the thoughts are, there are moments that are simply going to be a little bit mediocre and unnoticed. The pressure to live so deeply in every moment could also make us feel like we have one more thing to fail at. And that's thinking about like how we are always like, we gotta live in the moment, we gotta live in the moment. And Matt Haig, all right, it was much prettier in the garden, but the road noise was too much. So that particular section is all about him talking about living in the moment and how living in the moment is unrealistic because we are always living in the moment. When we talk about living in the moment, we're actually talking about actually enjoying the present, free from worries, because living in the moment is what we do. And if we're actually thinking about every single moment we have and really living in the moment, it would be completely overwhelming and we'd set ourselves up for failure. I do that too, where I want to just make sure that I'm making the most of my time, but then you almost feel like so much pressure to put so much into that time, and it can be overwhelming, and you can feel like you're failing. You're not getting everything done that you wanted to. The other thing I really liked that he wrote in that passage, well, he wrote quite a few things, but one key barrier to enjoying the present is the fact that a lot of us, me included, he says me included, but me included, are completists. We can't just sit there basking in being because of all those unfinished things. And that's very true. And he says, the hardest dream of all to achieve is the dream of not being tormented by our unlived dreams, to cope with and accept unfulfillment as a natural human condition, to be complete in our incompleteness. He focuses a lot on just being who you are and that being enough, and not having to accomplish a ton of things in order to feel like you're accomplished. And I think that's important for mental health, especially because we tend to put so much pressure on our value, and our value is really only worth something when we've accomplished things. And he's saying to be free from the shackles of memory and ambition, to be free from comparison to other people and other hypothetical selves, and to meet the moment without any other agenda, to exist as freely as time itself. So just accepting who you are in this moment, and not saying that you don't have any ambitions to do anything else, but being happy with who you are, even if not everything is done, even if you didn't do all the things you wanted to do. And people like me need to be reminded that sometimes. So I'm currently on page 122, and I'll have to call Mom later on today so that we can do our 20 pages of this and talk about everything we get to talk about with the comfort books. So I'm making really good progress. I had a really great time chatting with Margaret. It was a blast. I hope I didn't keep her too long because she had something going on at 12:30 and I just kept talking and talking and talking. Good job, Amy. I completely forgot to mention, I'm going to link Margaret's channel down below. Please go check her out. She is a booktuber, an author tuber. She is a jack of all trades. I just feel like Margaret's a very impressive person, and I really had a fun time chatting with her, especially about the ebb and flow of creativity. And, you know, I certainly feel that way with BookTube, but as a writer, it's got to be really challenging, and she spends her time writing amazing works and doing a lot of research. I haven't yet read her series, her Keening, the first book in her trilogy, which I want to read the whole trilogy, but the first book is on my 45 before 45, but I got to get that done sooner rather than later. So I'm going to link her channel down below, as well as a link to some of her books. If you are a big fan of historical fiction, or you want to know more about an author tuber that is on BookTube that you can easily discuss things with, because she's the queen of live show discussions, I recommend Margaret. She is an incredible person, and she's a fascinating person, and I just had such a good time picking her brain and chatting about all things BookTube. It's so fun to chat about a topic that I focus on a lot, but you know, you can't chat with everybody about BookTube all the time because not everybody else either understands or is interested in those kind of conversations. And this has been such an amazing experience meeting these two booktubers back to back and just getting some social time with people that, you know, I wouldn't have expected to see anytime soon, but they're not that far away. They're not that far away. So I'm definitely going to be coming back to Portland, and Margaret's going to come up to, well, she's going up to Bellingham while I'm away. We'll make sure we catch up again, and it'll be a lot of fun. I am now going to head down to Medford, probably just take my time and meander on down there. I'm currently in one of the pretty neighborhoods here in Portland. This is like the Burnside neighborhood or Burnside area, and it's just beautiful. I'm currently 66% of the way through Changeless. I made some good progress on that. And I don't know how much I said about this particular book, but this book, did I say this already in one of my other vlogs? I might have, but this is the second book in the series, and the focus of this is that there is some affliction or something that is causing all the people within a certain vicinity to lose their magical ability. So basically our main character is able to touch people and cause them to lose their magical abilities. But in this instance, people just go within the vicinity and all of a sudden they're no longer a werewolf. But not for good, but while they're within the vicinity, they're not a werewolf or they're not a vampire, or if they're a ghost, they get exorcised. So that's what our main character, Alexia, is trying to figure out. I didn't get as much sleep last night as I would have liked to. So when I was driving early, you know, trying to get here to Portland in time, I was getting a little sleepy. And like I said before, this particular book has a lot of details in it, which I enjoy because we're learning more about the steampunk aspects. A lot more than the first book. But sometimes that drags a teeny bit, so the pacing is a little slower in this particular book. That's fine, but when I was feeling a little sleepy this morning, it was like, oh, this better not put me to sleep while I'm driving. I need to be safe and alert. And it was fine. I made it perfectly safely to where I needed to go, and I drank a whole bunch of coffee. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. Okay, so I stopped at an outlet mall that I saw on my way down through Oregon because I don't have a bathing suit that fits. So I do need to do some bathing suit shopping. Hopefully I'll find something that I like and that will be comfortable and will fit, because I'm going to a really hot place where I'm sure we'll need to do some swimming. Okay, so I was finally able to get a bathing suit at the last place that I stopped at, the last Lane Bryant's that I stopped at. Thank goodness, because nobody's selling bathing suits right now, at least ones that are comfortable that I want to wear. So I got one, and I'm happy about that. I did end up finishing Changeless by Gail Carriger. The very, very end has a horrible, a horrible cliffhanger plot twist. And I'm like, it just pisses me off. Like I liked the book in general. I liked it overall, but I'm so mad at one of the characters right now because of this plot twist at the end. And of course, that's right when it ends. And so I'm gonna have to read the next book to find out what happens. But even now I'm just like, oh, I just wanna punch someone. A certain someone who has pissed me off beyond belief. After a long day of driving, it being really hot, I got really hot. That was a rough end to my drive for the day. It was a rough end of the drive. So I finished that book though, so that's good. I don't really think it works for anything for my summer book bingo, so that's gonna be a book that's not gonna count, and that's okay. However, there are a few activities that I can color in on this one, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so for one, I am on my road trip. And I'm gonna count it because I've already had 2 days on this road trip. My activity of going on a literal road trip has commenced, and that totally counts. And so I'm not gonna wait till the end of the road trip to fill out this one. So far it's been like, aside from meeting my wonderful friends, I haven't really done too much. I stopped a few places to look for bathing suits, but I haven't really done any road trippy things, but I'm kind of saving some of that for California because this first part of the trip was more for meeting my BookTube friends. And I've done that and it was so much fun. Speaking of which, I get to highlight this one for friendship because I met Natalie and Margaret today. No, I met Margaret today and Natalie yesterday. So that's kind of fun because the whole box is full now. Sorry, the lighting is a little weird. I don't have as much control over it here. So now I just need to work on my 45 before 45 vlog, or do some other reading activity. It doesn't have to be that. That was one of the things I wanted it to be. And then up here I put explore a new beach, or go to Venice Beach because I'm going down to Los Angeles. So something beach, and then I could get a bingo there. This one I won't be able to get till I get back in August. This one's August. I can always change these, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, I have plans for fairs and outside when I get back in August. Okay, so I'm gonna wait on my review of Changeless because I'm irritated. Just irritated. I need some time to sleep on it and think about it. And then I'll let you know what my final thoughts are, my rating. And I'm also hot right now. I'm just like, I haven't been able to cool down yet. So I'm like carrying everything in. My car just, being in the car for a long time when it's hot outside, even if you have AC on, your body just like gets hot. So I am like trying to cool down. I'm feeling a little grumpy because of the way Changeless ended. So I need to give myself some time with that. As far as the next audiobook I'm going to pick up, I'm looking at my lore quest. And the first thing I need to do before I can go on to my next audiobook is take a picture of my current read in the sunlight. So I'm going to either take a picture of the comfort book. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take a picture of the comfort book tomorrow morning in the sunlight, and I'll post that on Instagram. So that'll count for step 1 for my quest. The second step for my quest is to read a book with a moon on the cover in the title. So the next book I'm going to be listening to is Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann. So that's the nonfiction book I'll be listening to. As far as what I'm planning on doing this evening, I am needing to edit my day 30 vlog. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's going to be my priority. And then after that, if I still have energy, I will read more of Wuthering Heights, but I really need to get that vlog done. So that will be the first thing I do. And Mom and I didn't read 20 pages of the comfort book today because I just didn't have the time. Getting up early to make sure I met with Margaret, and then driving till I got here. It's 8:30 now since I got everything unpacked. And I need all the time I can get to edit that vlog. Tomorrow, where I'm heading into California, I'm going out to Roseville, which is near Sacramento. It's gonna be 112 degrees Fahrenheit in Roseville tomorrow. Luckily, the place I'm staying at has air conditioning, but that is super hot. It's super, super hot. So wish me luck, wish me luck. I think this is where I'm gonna end my vlog for now. I'm sorry if my energy level's a little low this evening. It was a wonderful day this morning when I met up with Margaret, but then afterwards it was just driving for a long time and then trying on bathing suits at multiple places. You know how fun that is. So I'm just hot and a little tired. And then the very end, Changeless just kicked me in the butt. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this character. And I can't go on to the next one yet. And I'm not even sure if I want to go on to the next one. I'm so mad at this character. And I can't say anything, but I'm mad. Anyways, I'm gonna let this go here, and hopefully tomorrow I'm in a better mood. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens if I vlog tomorrow. Maybe I'll just be so angry that I won't vlog tomorrow. Let's hope that's not the case. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Good night.